I have recorded things, but it's like bits and pieces, and I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna catch up to right now. Let's talk about this pot. Y'all remember what used to be here? Say it with me. Yeah, your blueberries. So what had happened was you're about to go to seed, but I'm actually gonna, even though your flowers are beautiful, I already have a pot that's flowering. So you know what? I really need to plant my tomatoes. We just gonna pull them off. Hey friend. This video is actually being recorded the day it's going to come out. I have recorded things, but it's like bits and pieces, and I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna catch up to right now. So this will be my June garden update. My birthday has come and gone. Yes, I am a Gemini. Chris took his belt test. He is now officially an orange belt. The way his karate dojo does it, they do white, red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple, brown, black. So Chris is now officially an orange belt. Xavier's back in swim school, and he's flying through his things because he does want to join the swim team. And I'm letting the sun, and and the garden. I need to cut my grass. All the rain we got. So all the rain that everybody was talking about, we finally got it. But it wasn't like horrendous. It was thunderstorms or raining in the morning, raining in the afternoon. It wasn't horrendous. But the most important thing, baby, you ain't laughing at me in there, are you? Oh, I thought you were laughing at me when I revealed my hair. Do I have my pants on something? No. Got my hair braided. Finally. Thank you, Jeebus. I know Boo happy. But with all the rain came the pest pressure. I think, can I find a better, let's get in the shade. All right, catch up. There we go. The earwigs. The population exploded, and I came to my collard greens, and some of my cabbage started to be ate up. Now in this bed, if you see why I put diatomaceous earth down, come to find out that I only have 3 cabbages in here, and everything else is collard greens, so more than likely from the seeds I dropped. But you can see, let's see, I saw the earwigs. They're not as bad, but what DE does is basically dry them out to kill them off. I said, because I'm gonna have a cabbage head, a good one this year that's not ate up. I'm determined. So I might come back out here and treat some more. This is the one that I did harvest from. They did start to eat it, and I'm seeing, like, I don't know. So I'm hoping that I can at least get one more good harvest from these. I went to Menards and they had some sale on their plants, so I did buy some more time since most of my time died, and I know that helped deter earwigs and other bugs. But since my peppers aren't really blooming right now, of course I treated my peppers with DE. I treated basically everything, but not like how I did last year, where it looked like my plants were sniffing cocaine. I didn't do that. They did get a light dusting, and I know everyone's like, oh, but you're gonna kill off the pollinators. I haven't had an issue. They come back, okay? Trust me, I have not had an issue with the pollinators when I use DE. But it did rain yesterday, so I shouldn't have to water today. But look at the growth that's going on. Now my main goal, where did this come from, was to have one main stalk, but a lot of these have shot up into 2. But it looks like this one, did you break? Oh, you broke. The stem broke, but it's still healthy and growing. It's like split. I'm gonna leave it, and if it looked like, let me see. So that was the main stem, came up, and where I attached it with the tape, it bent and it broke, I guess. But it's still alive, so I'm gonna leave it. But a lot of them have two main stems, and you know what? I did the trimming and doing all this. I'm gonna let them have a field day. I'm gonna let them grow. I'm gonna try to thin them out so they can have some airflow. But for the most part, I'm gonna let them do their thing. So the thyme I had here has died, and then the rosemary I put there, it died. But the cilantro's still doing good, the sage still doing good. My sweet peas, my ornamental sweet peas, want to connect everywhere but on its own freaking trellis. Like this was connected to that fork down there. That bush beans sprouted. You're the ones causing all that noise. Little twerps. Yeah, the watermelons. Oh, I got one. Okay. Because the flowers closed up before I can do the manual pollination, by taking the male. This squirrel's up in here clowning. Anyway, and put it in the female, but I think this one got pollinated good enough. That one looks like it did. But I see one over there. I don't know. But I'll keep an eye. My Christmas sweet finally got a flower. And all my extra hoops I put in here just to give it more things to connect to, and you see that it's not. And look, you see my morning glories, y'all? They finally decided to join the party. All of them are grass. I'm gonna pluck them. And then the one that's growing in my lettuce. But y'all, I had a video. I harvested my Paris Island lettuce. I have it in the refrigerator. Me and Boo been eating salads. Been enjoying that. In the storm, this became uncovered, but it's too big and I don't have anything else to cover it up with. So I'm just gonna leave it like that and just keep it treated and hope that the bugs stay away. For the most part, they stay away from the Paris Island. I do have one lettuce in there that they kind of eat. I know this is Paris Island, so I'm gonna just uncover it because nothing seems to eat that. And now I know for the future that that's what I should plant, is a Paris Island. But y'all, my onions are doing good. I don't think they're ready to harvest, but this is just an update on how much growth I've had. These peppers right here have really exploded. These three right here are stunted. They're stunted. I'm gonna give them some fertilizer and see what happens. But these are ones I started from seed. These are yellow bells, and they are stunted. But my peas, y'all, I got peas. I got peas growing finally. I am gonna do succession sowing, so I am gonna, I took you off your trellis, I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop some more peas down probably in the next 2 weeks. I'll do that. So my radishes that I transplanted, they went to flower, which is fine. Bring in the pollinators, give me the seeds. But let's see. Oh, and then also my freesias, they lay down. I don't like that they lay down, but they bloom. That bloom is gone. But you see my gladiolas are starting to make an appearance. And I do see a nasturtium in this one. I see, yeah, and the nasturtiums are popping up over here too. So that'll help fill out that pot. so it doesn't look so bare. But back to my radishes. I'm gonna leave the ones that are flowering until I get the seeds and they can attract the pollinators. The only thing in here with them is the celery, and it's gonna be in there a while. So, but none of these really got, well, this one kind of big, but none of them really got like super big to where, you know, I felt like I can pull them and eat them. The collard greens in this pot is doing okay. They're not attacked by earwigs as much. I think there's snails in here. And that cabbage is doing okay. I gotta heal up my potatoes again. So I'm just gonna heal them all the way to the top and then be done with it. I got nothing from here. I have potatoes that have sprouted in my house and I'm tempted just to put them in here. They won't be ready to harvest till, let's see, July. Until October if the weather holds out. So we'll see. But Chris's cauliflower is doing okay. I gotta uncover that cauliflower too. I have chores. I need to fix this situation and just put it under one tent. My strawberries now. I picked one off. It wasn't really ready yet, but I ate it. But mama gonna get these strawberries before the animals do. So here, that's my one little harvest. I see the earwig crawling. I'm gonna have to harvest. I did harvest from this the other day, but it's ready again. This is broccoli, lettuce, broccoli, but let's talk about this. This was supposed to be cauliflower. Oh, I'm gonna have to water this. But this is supposed to be cauliflower I bought from the store. It's that seed mix-up. They don't know what they're planting sometimes because they all look the same. And hey, I can't blame them because it happens to me too. But I'm not convinced that this is cauliflower. I think this is either collard greens or broccoli. But these are the ones I bought from the store and it was labeled cauliflower. But I don't think that's it. And my sunflowers over here are doing well. My goofy butt moved the tomato cage and now it's not in the ground well. So when I had the storms, it fell over and took one of them with it. But I stood it back up and tried to put it back in the ground as best as I could. And it seems to be okay. So that one's growing. But if we go over here, oh, and that got knocked over, so all the water is out. Did I finish this? No. I just haven't had the energy. But the sunflowers that I left over here, that's what they look like. It's nothing. So I'm tempted just to take this tomato cage off and mow it over, but we'll see. Because this tomato cage actually would have did better over on the other ones that are bigger. I wonder if I could switch them. I might do that. And then I got some birds that made a nest. I think Chris told me it's a spruce. And it's a robin. It's a red-breasted robin. They get very territorial. If this bird tries to attack me while I'm out in my garden, baby. But anyway, back to my garden tour. Chamomile. Some of them are ready to harvest. Some of them not quite. I'm going to leave them a little bit longer. The tomato is still alive, still bending. I need you to get this light, babe. My nasturtiums, they haven't bloomed. The ones in my front have, but those haven't. You could tell one is more happier in this pot than the other with these nasturtiums. But my goal is to eventually at least have them hanging down. Remember them sickly cucumbers, y'all? Remember them sickly cucumbers? They're not sickly anymore. But this pot's really happy. See how big the marigold got. These are looking so sad. I'm gonna harvest these today, and I'm gonna get these planted probably by tomorrow. My other chamomile hasn't bloomed, but in these pots I do have onions growing. They're happy. Raspberry plant happy. Someone's eating it, but it's happy. We'll talk about that pot in a minute. We're gonna come back over here. Oh, look how big that morning glory's gotten. So, my carrots, y'all. My carrots are carroting. The peas just won't attach to the trellis. I don't know why. Let's see if any of these carrots are actually ready. Nah, they're not ready. I planted poppy seeds in here. The spearmint died. Cilantro's still doing well, but I just dropped a whole bunch of poppy seeds. You can see they sprouted right there. I don't see any over here. Onions, they're not ready. I should have came out here earlier, but it's all right. So, okra, doing fabtabulous. The one Cape gooseberry plant that I planted out here is still alive, growing, but my seeds, they're coming up, and they'll take off real fast. I want to check the onions. They're not ready yet because they're already leaning over, but they're not ready yet. Oh, and also in one of the videos I talked about these mushrooms. I get them every year when it gets rainy because my lawn is so damp. They're like towards the end of life, but they were everywhere, and I can't let my dogs out because they are poisonous. But they're finally dying off because the rain slowed up. Let's talk about this pot. Y'all remember what used to be here? Say it with me. Yeah, your blueberries. So what had happened was I just got tired of it looking like that. And you know, the one comment I got on my short, and what I know, it needed a friend. It needed a friend. So I decided to give him to my friend because he has another one that could pair with it, because all the other blueberry bush, his second blueberry bush and the other one I gave him, they both died, so he needed another one. Anyway, what I thought was weird is when I dug it up, it still basically had the same root ball it had when I planted it from its own pot in the store. It didn't, like, the roots didn't spread out or anything like that. So I wonder if that was one of the reasons why it was struggling so bad. I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the reasons why. In its place, when I went and got the English Times, they had bell peppers on sale. So they had chocolate bell pepper. It was 2-in-1 thing. And that one, I don't remember what it is because the tag flew away. Oh, no, it didn't. It was just hiding from me. It is a giant Marconi pepper. And it's looking a little light green, like it needs to be fertilized. But yeah, I gave up on that bush. I was over it. And I guess the only other thing to show you is my lemongrass, and it took. I feel like it should look happier, but it's not dead, so I'm good with it. I've already lost my shade, but it's not super hot, but I still would rather be in the shade. I'm going to harvest some radishes. I'm gonna leave the ones that have flowered, obviously. But now I did harvest some for one of the grandmas. So she got some, and they were huge. This one was starting to go to seed. I'm just gonna pull them. Now, mind you, these all came from the same seed packet. It's tiny. You're about to go to seed, but I'm actually gonna, even though your flowers are beautiful, I already have a pot that's flowering. So you know what? I really need to plant my tomatoes. We just gonna pull them off. Look, nothing. I know the ones that are flowering, they're just gonna look like nothing. Nothing. Tiny. Not bad. Now, I gotta try to find out why. Maybe it's because of space. Why some grew elongated and some round. But some grew elongated that wasn't even crowded. So I don't know. Yeah, if it's flowering, I know it's not going to be anything in there. Look at that. I see earwigs in this one. But again, the population in this isn't horrendous. I'm going to leave the ones that are little. Because who knows, they might grow something. They might have just been too crowded. And then just, because they're all on the outside anyway, I just put my tomatoes in the middle. But okay. My beets, I don't feel like my beets are ready. Should we pull one? No, that's small. They're not ready. So I'm gonna leave these to flower for seeds and for pollinators. But this is what I got. Not bad. And then just a handful that it didn't really grow anything. But that's my harvest this time around of radishes. I'm gonna water the green stalk and then I'm gonna be done. And I still have not ordered the disc for this, and I probably won't until next year. Who knows? This does have the disc, but I just prefer to water it by hand. So I'm just gonna finish up watering of the green stalk, friend. And that's just a little update. It's just a little looky-loo, a quick looky-loo about what's going on in my garden today. As of June 14th, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up. And then my phone died. So anyway, friend, thank you for hanging with me for this little quick update video about what's currently going on in my garden. Now that I'm caught up with what's going on in my garden, I'm going to go back to posting twice a week instead of 3 times a week. But I just was trying to get the footage out there. I didn't want it to waste. So that's why I was posting so often. So until next time, y'all. Bye.